Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and welcome back to the channel where today we have some very exciting news. In the past 24 hours, we have gotten quite a bit of an update and we have gotten quite a lot of information. Things are coming out of the Expert Forex Premium Forum with actually Alex telling us a bit more about what he has plans of. And part of this is basically improving some of the EAs we already have, some of the best EAs that we are currently working with. Yeah, we are talking about the profit retriever, and we are talking about the prop cruncher or prop crusher, whatever you want to go. But actually, even that one is going to have a new name also. So we're going to go through that in that video here too. Explain to you exactly what's going to happen. Also, the differences between the two EAs and what is more to come. Very exciting stuff. And we even can tell you most probably about the price range that we're gonna also be looking at, and a deadline for when you could expect this particular EA to be on sale, because that is now also been publicized here, that the prop crusher or whatever it's going to be named here in the future will be available for sale. And basically we can't wait to get our hands on this particular one and start trading. As you know, we're already doing the FTMO, and that was actually the reason for some of all this information coming out in the first place. So the latest video we actually just did and just published here 24 hours ago was actually this particular video in here that is telling you mastering the prop crusher phase 2 proprietary trading, and then unveiling the winning strategies that are in here. We have finished the phase 2 testing, and that's basically what we were telling the fellow traders in here, that the second phase trial was done. We have 3 accounts of 10,000, 50 and 200,000. So instead of just posting the results, we made a full video showing the signals, the drawdowns, the profits, and basically what we're able to take away from the test. And we shared that one with everybody else in the forum. So there's a lot of traders in here, and we try to basically keep each other updated on our results, what we actually figure out during all these tests. Extremely useful tool for when you are a beginner trader, medium trader, or even very experienced traders. You get something out of all the comments that are in here. Now then, Alex wrote back to us here saying, thank you for posting the great results. This is exactly what we are trying to achieve. Keep the drawdowns below the limits and a steady income curve. Definitely that is what we have been focused on. You will be pleased to know that there will be great improvements made to the prop crusher, to the low drawdowns even more, and it's promising to be a total winner for not only prop trading but also normal trading in here. And obviously you don't have to use it for prop trading at all. You can use it whatever way you like. Entries will only be made when the price has trended quite a bit and more profits are possible during the recovery phase. Unfortunately, development of the commercial prop crusher is slow as the profit retriever upgrade is taking priority. And this is where we are saying again, it looks like also there will be an update on the receiver version itself. We don't know exactly what that is. Most of the things that we have today, we can basically tell you a bit more about the prop crusher and also the differences in between the two EAs. And then he goes on, please view the post to see the improvements being worked on. And then there's a link in here, and then thank you for the participation in the test. Now, when you then follow the link in here, Alex has sent out a couple of videos this week. We had already seen them when we saw this post here. And basically he mentions the Forex trading made simple. And he's now using a new term that we haven't heard him use in the forum here before. At least I haven't noticed it. It says use the purchase price averaging and never lose again. So obviously this is a new term which still covers the same way as the profit retriever trades. But basically what it means again here is similar to what we have seen already. The price average means that you don't necessarily have to get every single trade positive. So if it goes into a buy and the trend is basically going against it, it will continue also to set trades here. And once it reverses, it doesn't necessarily meet a requirement to have all three trades in profit. They should basically be either slightly positive, or they can be even more than positive with obviously introductions of trailing stops, things like this. But for now, it is set, especially on the profit retriever. It looks to be a bit different for the prop cruncher. We can see the same on the red part. Again, here it sets in a sell, the price goes against it, and doesn't necessarily need to have all three in profits, as it closes in slight positive, and similar also on the last orange over here. You have two trades again going against the trades, and then obviously it cashes in slightly positive. That is all about, and that is also what we have seen the profit retriever do in the past. That is a similar type of trading we have also seen the prop crusher do. Now, apart from this, Alex also sent out a second video this week. It says the Forex prop crusher versus the Forex profit retriever. And again, here it is very important to understand the differences in here, because there is some. And basically in the forum and in the video in here that Alex has set up for us, he tells us these are the differences. So there's about 16 differences. We have highlighted some of them in yellow here because we think that needs extra attention. Let's go through them step by step. So on the green, the left-hand side of the screen is the prop crusher, and on the blue one is the profit retriever. So obviously, number one, originally created for prop trading, that is the prop crusher, and that is set up. It was actually based on the profit retriever, and the profit retriever was created for the high success trading that was in here. This was the first real successful EA that a lot of people could actually continue to get very, very nice profits. We have more than 500 days of that. So that is absolutely on the money. Number three is trading is based on a specific signal for the prop crusher in here. And that is very much different from the profit retriever that trades continuously. So once it is actually started, it's going to look at the MA. So, and based on that, it will then initiate the next trade, where the prop crusher here will basically just stop when the trading is finished, when you have a positive results from your trading, if that is one or more signals at the end of the day, and then it'll stop until it's going to be activated next time. So the next part, there is a big difference, is number 4. So it trades many currencies at the same time, where the profit retriever only trades one at a time, and comes down to the next part here. It builds in a portfolio. So basically the prop cruncher is set up, and from what I understand or what I've seen so far and heard from Alex, is that it can trade up to 16 currency pairs, which obviously makes it a bit more heavy on the computer. Now, again, it is not built in a portfolio when it comes to the profit retriever. There you have individual ones, and then you have to build a portfolio. We have done that also for the profit retriever, but obviously it is nice when things are done for you already. So that will help a lot of people, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you should trade all 16. Again, some might work better than others. And again, tests will actually show how good and how bad they are and how big they are on drawdowns. Drawdown is number 6, and basically the prop cruncher is built not so much for profit, but more for the low drawdowns, where the profit retriever was basically built to cash in as much as possible. And we know from prior experience, more than 500 days of trading with this one here, that is definitely can be high drawdowns from time to time, even though you try and limit them as much as possible. We just jump to number 12 here for a second, and the next part is the user-specific selected entry techniques, and that is for the prop crusher here, where the profit retriever basically use an initial trend and then following up with the entry technique. So basically a simple EA every single time, can be anything from 1, 2 or up to several hundred. Doesn't really matter too much. Normally the profit retriever is meant to be able to trade in both directions. Number 13 here is use purchase price averaging to recover losses. So a very simple solution in here is being used. And on the profit retriever, it says also using the same as I showed you here before. the purchase price averaging to recover losses, but it is a bit more on the advanced side. And I will elaborate a bit more on that later in this particular video here. I'll show you the two differences of trading techniques. If we go back to number 10, then the prop crusher here will basically available for purchase end of September sometime. So be ready for that particular one. Where the profit retriever can be traded now, has been traded now for, as I mentioned here, more than 500 days. So it is an extremely stable EA when you know how to trade it. Now, price expected to be for the prop crusher around the $1,200 mark, but there will be a lot of different discounts that you can actually enjoy. And I will also show you a bit more on that because Alex made a post on this. And then on the profit retriever side, the current price for that one, and that is if you buy it outright without any discounts, is $450, and definitely it is very much worth it. But you can get up to 60% discount depending on how you want to pay for this at the end of the day. Now, we also heard here from Alex that there's going to be two different versions, or maybe even more, from the prop crusher in here. And I just took out the information that he sent to us. He says the standard discount that applies to existing robots will apply to the new client price, 50% off for existing clients and YouTube subscribers, 60% off for the paid forum members, possible forum launch discount, so a possible might not be happening, 70%, and a crypto payment discount also. There may be further bundle discounts as there could be a number of prop crusher versions. Currently there are two versions, and he mentions here the turtle version and the RSI hook version. Now it will also show you here that the current one we have is actually the turtle version, and now it's going to be expanding into something even more interesting, which also hopefully should be even better. We have talked about already that we have the prop cruncher. It might even change name. And that is basically what this text is all about. Again, here we have a bit of a feedback from Alex. It says, unfortunately, the link accounts, and this is basically one of the members asking which version that is currently being used. So for the prop crusher, and it says, unfortunately, the link accounts are using the least effective settings. They are using the turtle breakout version. The turtle bounce method is better, and the RSI hook is the best. So obviously more to come, higher improvements, higher efficiency, hopefully overall. The other version will only be available when I get back home, as the prop cruncher is a resource hungry EA, and it may need more hardware and time. So obviously again here, and then some more information out of Alex. By the way, the prop crusher will probably be called the Forex Liberator EA, as I don't want to create the impression that it is a prop trading EA only, and it will be good for the US markets, which will be our prime focus. If it works in the US, it will work anywhere, and obviously that is extremely good news for all traders. So what exactly is the turtle trading system? Well, we just had to look it up because actually we didn't know. We don't do much of manual trading anymore here. We are basically focused on the profit retriever and some of the other EAs that we are working on here. But a quick look basically just told us that the turtle trading system uses a set of specific entry and exit rules to determine when to enter and exit trades. Well, basically sounds pretty much straightforward. The system is designed to capture large trends while minimizing losses during market volatility. Again, it looks like it's going to look a certain amount back on the individual candles here, and then set the trades in here. We will obviously try to figure out a bit more about it in the future, but the exciting part again here is that all these things are coming to our EAs that we can already see now are working extremely well, and the fact that they are going to get better, well, that is very, very exciting, and that's the reason for this particular video here, that so many new things are coming through the Expert Forex Premium Forum membership here, where you can definitely get the latest up-to-date and high-tech EAs that seems to have proven themselves to be extremely reliable And at the end of the day, of course, we are interested in the profits, and that also seems to come. So definitely exciting times in the next weeks and months to come here, where hopefully we can get our hands on the new prop cruncher or whatever it's going to be called in here, and then show you even more on how we're actually going to do and how it should be traded in the future. So until my next video, I'll see you around. Bye bye.